And while for some, moving out may mean throwing away your money, for others, it can mean gaining a new possession. Adam tells me with the heat index, it feels way hotter at about 111 degrees. So here in Lawrence, people are doing what they can to try to beat the heat. And here at the site of the burned vehicle, we can see a memorial has been placed in honor of the victim by loved ones right over here. And just over here, we can see the truck that the car crashed into. The license plate is clearly bent, and we can also see some glass left on the gate of the truck. At the Junior Olympics, volunteers known as ambassadors go around letting people know what's so great about Lawrence. Yes, Stephanie, nearly 75% of the Lawrence community voted yes to this multi-million-dollar school improvement initiative. And earlier today, I visited the county clerk, who tells me that a higher number of voters than usual came out for this. And he also showed me the meticulous process they go through when counting the votes. Take a look. Here on Barker Avenue, huge cracks and divots all through the sidewalk could be a liability. The question is, whose responsibility is it? The city's or individual homeowners?
Barker Avenue resident Brad Risher returned from vacation to find a letter from the city.
It said we have less than a month till July 31st to fix our sidewalks.
He says his family's not the only one frustrated by the news.
I know a lot of people that there's no way they're going to have the money and the means to fix this. The equipment that's going to be required to jackhammer all this concrete up.
According to one contracting company, an individual homeowner fixing one portion of a sidewalk could cost anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. Courtney Shipley, who co-chairs the Lawrence Association of Neighborhoods, argues fixes like this should be on the city, not individuals.
You may be the kind of person who comes home and never uses your sidewalk, drives to work, never has time to be out walking, while all your neighbors and school children and elderly people using it for exercise or bicyclists are using it all day and they're not paying anything.
City Commissioner Mike Amick says in his 23 years serving Lawrence, sidewalk repairs have long been debated. And while his own opinion may not reflect the city's position, he cites a city report requiring millions of dollars in improvements.
We would have to come up with the money to be able to make these necessary repairs citywide, and the city just doesn't have the funds to be able to do it.
The city in an email cited state and local code. It shall be the duty of the owner of the abutting property to keep the sidewalk in repair. But Shipley has one piece of advice for homeowners.
I always tell them, call Public Works and tell them, I'm waiting for what City Commission says. I'm not going to replace my sidewalks until I have to.
And I'm told certain city commissioners have differing opinions on this, so if it's something you feel strongly about one way or another, it's important to do your research and get out there and vote in the upcoming elections. For 6 News, I'm Rose Claire. Back to you. As you can imagine, with 19 candidates, each given a max of 15 minutes on the floor, a lot of issues and credentials were mentioned. But we definitely saw a couple of recurring themes throughout the night and a few surprises too.
The Lawrence School District's never seen this many candidates apply. And at Monday night's meeting, the search to fill that one open board spot was on. Each brought their own background and experience to the table.
I'm a father of 4 children.
I'm an educator by choice.
I have a bachelor's degree in engineering.
I'm a veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces. I'm a fellow of American College of Physicians.
And many had specific issues to address.
Improved transportation for students.
But 2 recurring themes kept popping up over
This equity issue has come up.
Integrating equity and cultural competency.
and over
The community deserves to have the school board reflect that diversity as well.
and over again.
But the equity is going to be even bigger next year and this year because of the funding that is coming from the state and the federal government.
Really due to reduction in funding at state level.
The pressing issues both statewide with the budget and front and center in Lawrence with diversity may be why concerned parents and citizens are lining up for this vacant school board spot.
Education's kind of been in the limelight, you know, from the funding issues which were brought up quite frequently tonight, and then with the equity issues.
There's a wealth of just experience and resources within the candidates regarding those 2 issues, the budget and the diversity.
And it's because of one of these very issues that 18 candidates in came a surprise.
I really should withdraw my application because me being a person of privilege as I am, I think that's not really the person that we need right now.
And with that, the current board has a couple weeks to choose between 19, make that 18 candidates.
Now, along with those 2 issues that kept coming up, both budget and diversity, the candidates said they expect them to become even bigger in the next couple years, which is why they want to be a part of the school decision-making process now. For 6 News, I'm Rose Claire.
Arts and crafts, animal-themed snacks, and of course, hands-on time with furry friends and hardbacks.
I love camp.
All take up kids' spring break time. where they might normally be hanging out at home with the parents.
We have live animal programs. We have a lot of outdoor activities. There's a lot of hiking and getting outside.
The week-long camp, which hosts kids aged 6 through 12 and holds its last day Friday, has different themes each day.
Now, one of the themes for the kids this week was Monsters Among Us. So here we have the snake Elvira. This is a common king snake, or a speckled snake, which you can tell by the speckles on it.
The snakes come out from hibernation in the spring, which is why the kids are learning about them and other animals that appear this time of year.
I like how we get to see a lot of different animals.
What's your favorite animal?
All the animals.
And maybe this camp is best suited for the animal lovers, like 7-year-old Asa Masters, who's been bit by the nature bug.
You like the bunnies?
If they don't bite.
As long as the animals themselves don't bite. For 6 News, I'm Rose Claire.
Good morning, I'm Rose Claire with your 6 News Morning Update. Hi, and thanks for watching 5 at 5. I'm Rose Claire, and these are the top stories of the day. It's the party of the year, but not for you. Project Graduation provides a fun, safe, drug and alcohol-free environment. The question about city funding actually concerns an additional request from Peaslee Tech, which the school says it's taking care of without the city. Yeah, and at least tonight too, right, for Stephanie, who's at the Busker Fest. So Thank you, Adam. And speaking of that, we will check back in with Stephanie Bryant. Thanks, Adam. And early this week, former basketball Kansas player Josh Jackson was convicted of a misdemeanor traffic violation. It's a 6 News update. This comes after Jackson backed into a parked car on KU's campus in February. The state is one step closer toward allowing people to pass through bars, restaurants, and entertainment venues with drinks in hand. Coming up after the break, we take a look at your morning weather.